Hi, PJ.
Yeah,
Hi, Tina.
yeah, we're seeing the sights. It's only 102 right now, so not too bad.
Oh, does that take you up into some elevation?
Yeah, I think Tonopah, I can't remember if it's 5,000 or 7,000. But
Yeah, because I think that's the highest point, I think, on that drive between Reno and Vegas. So you might get snow.
yeah. I've driven in snow through there before. And it was crazy. Like, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I've done that drive. When I used to live in Reno, I did drive to Vegas a couple of times.
Yeah. So we stopped at the Terribles in Indian Springs. We got the last bag of ice.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that was crazy. She goes, I don't know if we got any more. And I walked over and there was one bag laying by itself. So
yeah, I used to work for Terribles. They bought the Sands Casino in Reno. They were my boss.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, they've gotten rid of most of their casinos now, haven't they?
Yeah, they're always gas stations.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to the vlogs.
All right, PJ. Good to hear from you.
Right. You too. Take care. You too, Tina.
You too. Thanks, PJ.
Yeah, I like that flight of beer.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
Like.
Excellent. Very good.
All right. Be safe. Be safe driving.
All right. See ya.
So I was filming with my other camera and I got a warning saying camera's too hot to use. So closing, so it closed. That's crazy.
I love you in a big way, but you really did.
Right behind me was the Miners Union Hall, and right here in Rhyolite, Nevada. And Tina and I came up here because I've been to Rhyolite several times, but she hasn't. But we're going to turn around so we can get some sun in our face. So we're right here at the Miners Union Hall in Rhyolite, Nevada, which is an old ghost town. It really sprang up in the early 1900s. 1906 was probably the heyday, and the miners could join Union Hall and for like $2, and that would give them some respite, and it would also help pay for funeral expenses if somebody died in the mines and things like that. So Tina just getting her first glimpse at Rhyolite. What do you think?
Yeah, pretty cool so far. I love all this history, and I'm loving it. It's really cool.
The cemetery for Rhyolite was down basically this way a little bit. But there's one gravesite here of Mona Bell, and she's buried over there. And we'll go over there and show you in a minute. It's pretty sad. She couldn't be around the other people because they thought she was a mistress of the night. Anyway, she ended up shooting and killing her, I don't know if it was her husband. She left her husband. So we had to get the DJI mics out because the wind, and you can see it's blowing like crazy, but hopefully it's getting muffled right now. And what I was saying was Mona Bell, who's buried right over there, she had left her husband, I think Arkansas. We'll look at the story. It is always windy here. And she ran off with a guy, came here. I think he was abusive to her, and she ended up shooting him. And then when she passed away, they buried her over there with all the other scoundrels in the town, which is pretty sad. So anyway, we're gonna go look around Rhyolite as this wind is going crazy. Rhyolite schoolhouse was in 1906, and they had like 26 students, but then the town grew and they needed a bigger school, so they got a $20,000 bond from the state, and they built this school. They weren't able to pay off the school until 1978.
What is really cool is that blue sky coming through those windows.
That is beautiful.
What a backdrop.
So the Overbury building was used for a lot of different things. There was a bank. There was a dentist office. What else was in here, Tina? I forget.
A brokerage, I guess, that had to do with the bank.
Investments, yeah. I'm thinking that this had to be the bank vault.
Looks like it to me.
This was very well built building. The Overbury building. The Porter's Brothers store originally started out as just a tent. But then as time went on, they were able to build this. It took them $10,000 to build this in about 6 to 10 months. But this was the main store. What do you think, Tina?
That's pretty cool. I like their engraved names up there. Looks pretty crazy that this is all that's left.
For sure. Now this is the Cook Bank building, which is by far the most photographed building and the most iconic building in Rhyolite. And it started actually on Main Street, just a little building, and then in 1907, and of course that on Main Street was 1905, then on 1907 they started building this bank. And boy, it was one heck of a structure, wasn't it, Tina?
Yeah, they say the interior actually was finished with marble staircases and mahogany accents. They also had electric lights and indoor plumbing. So, like, that's like belongs in like the middle of the city.
Very cool. Very cool. And you can see it's got like 2 bank vault doors back there. And here, the one thing about Rhyolite, this was a big enough town. There were 4 banks in town. So like the one right down there at the Overbury building, they had a bank here, and there was probably a couple more. So Rhyolite was hopping. A lot of banks, a lot of bars, there were dances. They had a railroad station for a short period of time, all kind of stuff. So cool. These mountains are absolutely beautiful. And I don't know anything about this building other than it's pretty worn, tattered. What do you think, Tina?
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit tattered. Looks kind of like it's leaning, just a tad. Has a couple holes in it.
That could have been a miner's house, but I don't know. That was made out of wood, and I don't know if that would have still been here after all these years. Now, the building that we just left back there was a miner's cabin. That wasn't bad at all, was it?
That looked like it was still in pretty good shape, except for missing some glass and its porches. So,
yeah, that's pretty cool. Now we're going to walk up to the Rhyolite jail, which unfortunately was pretty popular back in the day because you had guys making pretty good money and working hard, so they, when they had time off, they probably cut a little rug here and there. Right here is the jail, and it's funny that the red light district was right here in this area.
So right here is what remains of the Adobe dance hall, and so they would have dances here and sort of like a theater, and there were boxing matches and, you know, ladies of the night and the guys would come up to the bar, have a good time, and then just blow off some steam, and sometimes ended up into the jail. But they say that this was actually one of the finer buildings that were here, and it was pretty big. So the Adobe Dance Hall right here in Rhyolite.
Most famous lady of the red light district is buried over here across the little creek, which was probably washed out most of the time, a wash. And that was Mona Belle. We're gonna walk over here and check Mona Belle's place out. So as we're walking over here to pay our respects to Mona Belle, when I knew I was gonna come back and visit Rhyolite, I thought it would only be fitting to bring 10-cup, 10-year aged whiskey with me. This is aged 10 years. It's gotta be super delicious. And we're gonna toast right beside Mona Belle. Pay our respects. Here's her site. So the lady, Mona Belle, she ran off with Fred Skinner, and Fred was kind of a rough character. I think he got Mona to participate in a few activities, like she stole money from one of her clients. So they got arrested for robbery. They acquitted him of the charges, but then as they're going out, I'm sorry about this wind, but hopefully this microphone's helping. As they're going out of jail, Fred Skinner punches the sheriff. So he's put in jail in Tonopah. A little bit later on, Fred and Mona found themselves in Rhyolite, and Fred, with drinking and all that kind of stuff, ended up, they got into a gunfight. And actually, she killed Fred, they say. But she had, you know, marks on her body and stuff like that, so her story stood true. So, but they buried her across the wash, away from the town. But this is her resting place. All right, so I'm gonna open up this 10-cup whiskey. It's 10-year aged whiskey. So, Mona, we didn't bring any junk out here. We brought some fine whiskey for you. Nice little pop. Tina, if you'll take that. All right. And we're gonna cheer toast. May she rest in peace. Wow, that is some sweet, sweet aged whiskey.
Yeah.
Very, very good. All right, we're done with Rhyolite, and we're not going to drink any more whiskey because we probably our car is just probably 20 yards, but I don't want to die. So, thank you for watching this. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Cheers to y'all. Take care. Can you not find any shade anywhere? I mean, you're in the hottest spot, this black tar highway. Well, have a good day. Get some water.